Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to frame out this pocket door. I've worked on this drawing for a couple days now and I keep modifying it just a little bit. And before I get the wood cut, I went and got the wood yesterday. Before I start cutting it, I came in here to get the last look at this stuff, and it's going to change again. So what I got to do, I have to pull these two flat studs out of here. The header stud is going to go across, and my final stud is going to come about a 1/2 inch away from this. So what I'm going to do is notch it at the bottom, connect it at the top, and that little space, whatever that space is, I'll get it nice and plumb, measure that space, and cut some little fillers. Oh, maybe 4 of them. This might not be perfectly plumb. So I'll get my board perfectly plumb and measure each distance, cut a little spacer, and then screw right through this last stud. And that should make everything really nice and tight. What else did I come up with? Like I said, these got to come out, and this box is wired to the box in the house right on the other side of the wall. And I was thinking I was going to have to do a bunch of stuff with that, but what I think I'm going to do is just turn off the electricity, take the cover off of this and disconnect it from the wire that goes into the house, then get the box off, take these off, and then reconnect that, just move this box somewhere else. Otherwise I got to run an extension cord out here until I get the main set up. Yeah, it's always a little more difficult than you expected. And once I take this off, I have what I'm calling the sole plate. This is the actual sole plate, but the sole plate for where it comes through the opening here, the bottom of the door, stops right here. Yeah, it stops right there, which is right here. So what I'm going to do, this beefs up this board right here a good deal. So what I'm going to do is just cut a filler that high and run it across the entire top all the way over to here. And then when I put that plate in, I will screw it down into that. And then my little cripples here, there'll be 1, 2, 3 here. Those will just be cut the same width as this once I get back here. You'll see what I mean when I start putting it together. That would be these right here. I'm putting these little cripples in 1 foot on center. I still have to put drywall here, so everything has to be spaced correctly, but I'm going to go down to 1 foot on center so that it's very strong in the doorway. I don't want any spring there. And I'll get into this a little bit later, but if the house ever floods, water is going to come on this concrete, go down this wall, and go under this plate and through the drain. So I have to allow for that. Again, you'll see what I mean once I get into it a little bit. I'll actually pour some water there and show you how it's going to work. We've had a major flood in the house at one time, and it was just a pain in the ass, and we ended up having a little sump pump right behind where the door is here, and we pumped it out from there because the house has settled a little bit and everything comes towards this door. So if we do get a flood, everything's going to come right to here, and we want it to be able to go over the step and into this drain, and that would all happen underneath the floor. All right, and there's a bunch of other stuff too. I have to get the horizontal members screwed through this before I can put the next piece on, which goes that way. So that's going to remain the way it is for now. But enough of this. Let's go over and walk the dog and get some wood cut for this. Okay, we're on our walk. She quit doing it now, but I think she's got bark caught in her throat. Are you okay, puppy? No, you don't have to. Hi, sweetheart. She was biting her stick in half, and then she started choking. Dogs are just so crazy. You gonna be okay? Okay, I think she's gonna be okay. Well, let's get done with this walk. I got a lot of wood to cut. I was looking at trail cams this morning, and I found like the Amazon recommendation trail cams, and you could tell that they were made in China, and they were probably really crappy. So I did a search for trail cams that are made in America, and it turns out that there's a manufacturer that's, it's probably 40 miles, maybe 50 miles up the river. So I'm gonna contact them and see what I can get worked out for a camera. They're much higher end than your normal trail cams, but maybe they'll let me test one out or something. I don't know. It's worth a try. I'm trying to get to where I'm buying almost all American, but sometimes it's hard to do, especially with electronics. But we'll see. All right, all done with the walk. Izzy's out there playing. Let her play for a while. I just remembered I have a 98-inch board, and I can't get that from the 8-foot stock, so I got to cut it from the 16-footer that's over there. So I'm going to bring the vacuum over there, get that cut, and I will be right back. Okay, I have my wood delivered. I cut this one a bazillionth long. This has to be a real nice tight fit. So I'm gonna have to go back and forth. I should be able to get it on the first try. It looks like it's almost exactly correct. Once I get this cut, I'm gonna have to notch it at the bottom for that strong back. So I believe I will screw this one in place right away. I'm wondering if I can, yeah, I should be able to, at least at the bottom. And then I have to get this stuff out, get these two flat studs out. I have the power shut off out here until I get this box out of here. So I got to pull this box, disconnect it, and take this box off. Then I can take these flat studs out. I need to do that right away, and I got to get everything that still needs to be trimmed or cut to size. I got to get that all done before it gets dark, and it's going to snow tonight. So I got to kind of move quick. So let's get this board cut and fitted and in place. Then I'll work on that electrical. And I believe there was one more that needed fitting. Oh yeah, the top board on this, once these are gone, I'm putting that board across the top of there, and then my half studs, which are all them little ones right there, those need to be cut to width, and those are just going to be attached right up to the face of this. So this board, then electrical, then pull these, and then get that board in, and then I can cut these to width, and then that should do it. I still have a lot of work to do, but that's all the stuff that I got to get done immediately before dark and or snow. So start with this. My notch figured out, and to do that you just lay a straight edge across, and then to get this measurement, it's not set right now, but just go like that and get it right to the width of the actual 2x4, and then transfer it down on there. So that should be a pretty good joint. Then I measured this, that's what it was set to, and that gives me the width of the blocking that's going here. And what else did I do? Oh, let's see if I can find my... This is the height that I need. I got one down there, and then one will go down here after that's in. But I just laid that right there and then measured down to this, and that gives me the height for that, whatever it's called, just a beef up. So right now I'm going to go get this notch cut, and the ones that are still over there, there's what, 4 or 5 of these still over there. I'm going to cut those down to this width and get this board ripped right away. We'll see how far I can get. I want to get as much done as possible before this snow, because it's just so messy trying to pull that saw out when it's full of snow over there. All right, I'm going to go get this stuff cut real quick, and I will meet you back here. Okay, so I got my stuff cut. I'm going to show you how this gets assembled real quick. Now that I have everything ready to go. Down here, it's just going to get a couple screws into this board right here. Up there, it's going to be pounded in the rest of the way, of course, but it'll get 3 pocket screws, and then this is about the gap it's going to have. All I'm going to do is shim it and screw right through here over into this stud to get it nice and plumb. I probably only have to do that in one place. And then this will go on the top of here, and then I will have these little half studs like that. Let me see if I got something to show this. See this board right here. one of these two will get this out of the way for you. Well, that's not going to work. This board isn't in the right place, but this ends up going on top of everything right there. From that side all the way over. Then that board will get screwed through the end here, and the same thing up there. It's got a little bit different up there, but let me see if I can show that. Got a bunch of little cripples up there, but it's going to be screwed through the end right there and through the end on the other side. There is a jack stud. Did I show the wrong board? No, I didn't. Okay, this is the jack stud. This will go on top of the board that's there, and that will give me the height for the top header. It'll all make sense once I start putting this stuff together, but I'm not going to really have time for it tonight. Everything appears to be cut exactly how it needs to be, but now I got to do a bunch of pocket screws and stuff, and it's getting pretty late, and I'm going to need light out here. Light and heat, so I have to get this hooked back up. So what I'm going to do is take the box that was on there. I'm going to go find a Romex clamp for the back of that and a chunk of wire. Well, I got wire down there. I'll cut a chunk maybe 3 feet long, and then I'll get that wired up so I got light and heat out here, and then we'll see what time it is by the time I get that done. Okay, I found my Romex clamp and a chunk of wire. Got my electric box. I just got to get that put away, close up the shed, and we'll be working on electrical again in a little bit. Okay, I had to get this electrical done quick because it's getting really dark out here because we have a storm coming tonight. I had to get the lights back on and the heat. But like I said, this is just temporary. This is going to go away completely as soon as I get this hooked up to the main, and I can do that at any time, but I'm not going to be filming that, so I don't know when I'm going to do it. This is working for now. So, oh, and I found out I didn't need to notch this. This is going to actually go 1.5 inches further away. That is this king stud here, and it still goes full height, but it's going to go kind of on the flat stud there, which is a good thing. Where I had it going, the sole, or I guess it would be a bottom plate, runs right through. So it has a little one at the bottom, a cripple, and then this jack stud here, which is that. So tomorrow either I'm going to rip that down to size, or I can see if one of these is going to work. Either way, not a big deal. So tomorrow I got a lot of pocket screwing to do, but I believe, oh, and I have to drill through all of these bottom cripples to get the electricity over here. Actually, I could run the electricity in back of everything, but that's a potential wet area, and I can go top or bottom. I don't know, maybe I'll just go through the top. That has such tiny little cripples, and these are going to have pocket screws in them, so, you know, that doesn't leave a whole lot of room, but I believe I'm only going to be going over there with one wire, so yeah, I probably will go through the top and then just bring it down. Well, if I go through the top, it'll have to go all the way around the pocket door and then come to the 2 outlets here. We'll see. Not too big of a problem. I just got to remember to do it because I'm going to have a really tight space between these cripples once they're screwed in place. and it'll be really hard to get in there and drill holes afterwards. But that's all for tomorrow. So if you want to see all this stuff happen, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.